From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Set, ready! 54 miles. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch the ship. Alert! Watch the ship.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Flushed out right. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. 23 yards the pickup there. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, tried to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it second and 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Second and 5 at the Bengals 47.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Come on.
Alert, alert.
Tighten up.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On second down, here's Mixon. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. From the gun, here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 5.
Blue line. Mike 54. Mike 54. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. One.
Mariota now from the 50. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. He'll return it from the 6. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Set. 19. 54. Let's go deep, tighten up.
They go play action here on first down. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Out of the gun, Watson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Check safety. Check safety. 3. Mike 55. Mike 55.
They go play action. Mariota. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll be in search of their initial points in the contest, trailing 9-0 as they begin with a 1st down. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st.
A gain of 12.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you to school.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd
Like you
and
said,
10 at the 47-yard line.
Watson looks to throw again. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line.
1st down, Steelers.
Watson and the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
You're set. 54 Mike. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
On 2nd down now. Mixon. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. And he is going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 25. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, That means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Joe Mixon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Johnson was the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
All day, just like that, just like that.
Here's a run with Mixon. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Joe Mixon, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. So it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Saquon Barkley running right. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Set, 2-18. 1.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Yeah, let's go. One. Check nine. One.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Saquon Barkley. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you give the momentum squarely to your opponent.
Well, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Watson. And he comes back with one complete. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Watson on 1st down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A Steeler 1st down on a pickup of 11 yards.
1st down, Steelers.
54 Mike. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. 54 Mike. Check.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throw it, Mariota. That's into the hands of Edwards. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there for the Bengals. 46 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Eight yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From the red zone now, Mariota sliding out of the pocket. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Where are they, team? Grace don't travel.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And they'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
3rd and long. It's Watson going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 48 yards.
1st down, Pittsburgh.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Watson now, operating from the gun. Flush to his right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
19, Mark 54. I got him. Shoot 9. Check. Let's go. My ball.
Throwing again on second down. Watson. Johnson's got it complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Watson now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's first and 10. The toss play to Mixon. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Leads to second and goal at the 6-yard line.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now.
Hey, D-line, let's get him there.
A draw play for Mixon, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that third touchdown.
How about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will get him one closer. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Come on. Hey, switch gears. One.
Again, it's Barkley. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Right there, 54, right there.
Mariota now. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Watch the slats. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mariota. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Point after, up and good. Back now in Cincinnati, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll go to Barkley again, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Ready, 2, 1. Eat. Go. Go.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
The Steelers take over first and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
It's 2nd and inches.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Once again, they run with Mixon, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
54 miles. 24. Bang, 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 bang.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. A quick pass out to Juju. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On second down, a run with Breida. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Mixon with a first down carry. He's got the first down inside the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal at the 6-yard line.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. They toss to Mixon. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Here we go. 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team.
He's got a man complete. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And Barkley did not get there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And they'll run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Mariota to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Mike. 258. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? 258.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's third down.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I'll bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Pittsburgh, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team got it, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad, be pesto. If you wanna come, let